Make sure you check out our new sponsor, the Health Blaze. All the information is in the description. Use the promo code above. Goodfellow One Boxing at 18% off of all their natural products from deodorant, pomade, toothpaste, and much, much more. And they have additional discounts on their website as well. That's thehealthblaze.com. Starting December 20th. That promo code is good for 18% off. We go. What's going on? We back. Goodfellow Sports TV. We in the building. Appreciate everybody for checking in. This is the breakdown prediction for Errol Spence taking on Mikey Garcia. Salute to all the brothers and sisters once again for supporting the channel. Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. Promo code Goodfellow One Boxing. Get you 18% off their 100% all natural products from lotion, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, deodorant, toothpaste, hair pomade, and much, much more. Check them out. Website, promo code are in the description. And I probably will do a live Mikey Garcia, Errol Spence stream or debate or all of them, multiple this week. And if I get what I need to give stuff away, I will be giving things away from the Health Blaze this week, hopefully, if everything goes right. So y'all be on the lookout for that. We'll be giving stuff to people who join on the Patreon. Salute to everybody that joined the Patreon. They got this video 24 hours early, a day early. I drop predictions early on the Patreon. It's part of the perks of being a part of our hardcore boxing tier on the Patreon. So appreciate everybody that joined the Patreon. You get this prediction video a day earlier. But join the Patreon. It's only $2 a month. Ain't breaking the bank or breaking the bank for hardcore boxing fans. And my food for thought tier is equally as good as well. Maybe a little bit better. Great advice and topics we have on there. But once again, we back. Once again, we back. One time for the one time. Let's talk about Errol Spence, Mikey Garcia. I've been breaking down tape a little bit last week, and I just got done breaking down film today as well. I went back to watch a few Mikey fights. Didn't need to watch that many Errol fights, but overview, you got a guy that's campaigned at 135, 140, moving up, however you look at it. He fought at 140 twice, Broner, Lipinets, but he's coming off farther than lightweight, moving up to welterweight, not testing the water, not putting his foot in the water, see if it's too hot or just right. He coming in, and he's going to move up 7 pounds from 140, which he did campaign at, and that's a huge leap in the sport of boxing, jumping up 7 pounds to take on quote-unquote one of the most feared welterweights out there, the boogeyman from Dallas, Texas, Errol Spence. Mikey Garcia is from Oxnard, California. And like I said before, with both of these guys, it's a lot on the line for Errol Spence. It's a ton on the line for Errol Spence. Errol Spence, if he loses his fight, he may never mentally be the same or emotionally be the same. If Mikey win a fight, he'll be dubbed pound for pound number one in an era of boxing, especially if he win it fair and square. And clearly, in a sport of boxing where it's a lot of disputable decisions, you look at Canelo Alvarez, and he got a lot of disputed decisions that could have went against him. If Mikey can clearly beat Errol Spence, that's a big win from him. But Mikey Garcia is orthodox, 5'6", 68-inch reach. Errol Spence is a lot taller than him and a lot longer than him. Errol Spence is 5'9.5", 72-inch reach. So, schematically they different body frames, but what do they do well? Strengths of Mikey Garcia, technical. He's very technical. He does make mistakes and flaws. I seen on tape. We're gonna talk about him, but he's very technical, always in position, poised fighter, never get wavered, even if he get hurt. He know how to play possum. He always in position to defend himself and to get off offensively. Kind of remind you of the Luis Ortiz and Deontay Wilder fight, where Ortiz and a lot of Cuban fighters are always in perfect position, even if they're hurt or not hurt, and enables them to get off and defend themselves and get off without wasting any motion or wasting any speed or wasting any movement. And Mikey is technical, high guard, going to fight behind that high guard, always going to be in position to get off. It's just his nature to be technically and fundamentally sound. Great 1-2. I think he got one of the best 1-2s in the game. And from a standpoint, he reminds me of Floyd Mayweather when he was younger. Mayweather had a great 1-2 from an orthodox standpoint, and Mayweather had one of the best left hooks in the game, right with Oscar De La Hoya, And Mikey reminds me of Mayweather from that standpoint, that he lives and dies by the 1-2. Older Mayweather lived by the 1-2. He threw less of the hook in there, but Mikey throws a ton of hooks. He throws a 1-2 combinations and finish it off with a hook. He tries to get you out of position with the jab, and then throws the right hand to get you out of position with that, or land the right hand with bad intentions. If you miss the right hand, then he coming behind it with the left hook, and that's how he dropped Easter, and I think that's how he counter left hook Sergey Lipinets. So, he has an excellent one too. You know what I'm saying? He got excellent left hook is one of his other strengths. His left hook is put down Salido. He got an underrated right hand too. He going against the southpaw. He gonna need a straight right hand. Right hand drops Salido in the first round and they fight. Then he drops Salido with the left hand and they fight. Just really, really potent 1-2 in the left hook and a really good jab. He can power jab, he can flicker jab, he can pester jab. So he has different variations of the jab. And Mikey, he got some good feet as well too. And Salido, he was a little bit lighter back then. He was dancing versus Salido. Salido's known as a guy that can close the distance and really get off on you. And he's got really good reflexes, Mikey Garcia. He reacts very well. He's able to see it and do it, in real time. And there's no really lapse in time where he doesn't do it. So being real instinctive and being reactive, those are great attributes, man. And, pretty much, that's him. That's Mikey, man. In a nutshell, not going to move his head a lot, but he's similar to Errol Spence. They move their feet to get in and out of position, to get in and out or side to side or get into position to be able to fire. He rolls a lot of shots, picks a lot of shots off with his gloves. Not known as a ferocious body puncher, but he can throw the left hook to the body. I think the left hook is his best weapon, bar none. His left hook is very treacherous, very unforgiving, but his 1-2 is what really sets up a lot of those things for him. You know what I'm saying? His 1-2 is great. You know what I'm saying? It's real great, and that's what kind of does it for him. Just the 1, the 2, then he throws the left hook behind it. So that makes him dangerous. Now, Errol Spence is kind of a mirror of Mikey Garcia from the technical aspect. He's technical, fundamental, not as technical as Mikey, in my opinion. Errol Spence, I'll talk about that later, some of his weaknesses, but underrated defense, in my opinion. I think his defense is hella underrated. And I know a lot of people didn't expect me to start off talking about his defense, but Errol Spence, kind of rolls a lot of shots. He kind of rolls them off with his shoulder, picks them off with his glove. And slowly he does kind of, move his head leaning backwards to get away with a lot of shots. So he does do subtle things. He ain't going to get in there and be a Pernell or be a Mayweather with his defense, but he does a lot of different things to avoid taking a lot of punishment. Tucks his chin, goes behind the high guard. You know what I'm saying? He will move his hand. He will move his arm side to side with his head. So he's not just moving and dipping with his head, but he moves his gloves with his head. He's not dropping his hands or nothing. That's why people may think he don't move his head as much as he do. He moves it more than I thought he did by watching the film. But he moves his gloves with his head. He kind of tapes them gloves on the side of his face, and he rolls a lot of shots. He slips. So he don't really slip, but he rolls a lot of shots, catches a lot of shots on the gloves. One thing I stand out is his jab. His jab is very unforgiving. It's a power. It's like a pestering. Like, I don't even know how to pronounce. It's like a power pestering jab. It really gets things going. It's real sharp. Consistent puncher. You know what I'm saying? Every punch he throws is with perfection. It's technically and fundamentally sound. And he's consistent with the jab. He's consistent with the straight left hand. He's consistent with the left hook. He's consistent with the straight right, with the right hook. He's consistent with his body attack. Everything he hits you at is precision. It's precise. It's precise. It's accurate. It's the same spot. It's the same type of hit. Every time you get hit, he going to hit you in the same area. If you aim for your head, he going to hit you in that same area. He hit you with the left hook, he going to hit you in that same area. He going to hit you with the right hand, he going to hit you in that same area. He's very, very consistent. His ability to cut the ring off is good as well. Able to cut the ring off and make you fight, is a good thing. And obviously the body punching, which I think is going to be more of a factor than I anticipated before I started doing film work. The body punches, is really, really good that he brings to the table. And, pretty much that's what I noticed from Errol Spence. All the things he do really, really well. There's probably some other things in there somebody else can really do as well. But those are the things I see do well. Real consistent puncher, underrated defense, ability to cut the ring off. And we don't talk about his power and his speed, but he got power. And I think he throws with bad intention to kind of take off his speed a little bit. But to talk about the weaknesses with Errol Spence, he squares up sometimes. When he throws his shots, he does square up, and that might not be a popular opinion, but he squares up. I seen him square up a couple times in the Peterson fight. Can't remember what round he did, but he squared up when he had Peterson on the ropes, but he got back in position after a while. So he's still fairly green. You got to remember, Errol Spence only been a professional since November of 2012, okay? So he going on his 7th year of being a professional, and that was towards the end of the year. So really, he's still in his 6th calendar year of being a professional fighter. So experience, he's still green. There's still things that he hasn't learned out here in these boxing streets. But, yeah, experience is his biggest weakness, man. Experience. Started boxing, I think, at 15. Obviously, people going to say he lacks defense. I really don't see that, to be honest. I see what people say he don't move his head, but you don't have to move your head to be a great defender. And if he lacked defense, Mikey used the same fighting style. So Mikey lacks defense. So I don't think anybody's the winner in the defensive category because they remind me of themselves in there. But like I said, the biggest thing for him is the inexperience. And we haven't seen him fight in the back foot, but I know he's capable of doing that, so I'm not worried about that. But just the inexperience is what scares me in this fight for him, and a little bit of squaring up a bit. I see things like that. So, really when you get into it, man, he can be countered, and I seen possibly what Mikey Garcia seen, that Errol Spence can be countered, and Peterson kind of clipped him with some good counter shots in between his combination. So if you're brave enough, you can kind of trade with him, but I wouldn't advise that to be your end-all, be-all plan. We talk about Mikey Garcia weaknesses in this fight. Obviously, I believe he's at an athletic disadvantage, lacks speed. Obviously, he got to put weight on. That's going to make him a little bit more slower. He got explosive 1-2, but he lacks the slick abilities of, great defensive fighters before. And I think to beat Errol Spence, you're going to have to be more like Terrence Crawford, Floyd Mayweather, slick with your offense, then be poised and technical and in position to throw a lot. But for Mikey, I don't see too many weaknesses. But just obviously, move the weight he put on, will it slow him down? How you look at welterweight? Will he be able to take the body punishment? Will his chin hold up? It's really not an indictment on his skill level. With Mikey, he does drop his back right hand down, and he does get clipped with incoming left hooks. In this instant, it's going to be the left hook won't be a lead left hook. It'll be Errol Spence's backhand. So, and he's going against the southpaw, so you got to respect Errol Spence's straight left hand. But he do drop that back right hand a lot. And I see it's a habit that Lipinets clipped him, and jabs give him a problem because he don't move his head. Now he's going up perhaps against one of the longest opponents, other than a couple guys he fought. Robert, another guy early in his career, I can't remember his name, he fought. But Mikey has a hard time getting out the way of a jab. Now you're getting in with a longer opponent. Other than, with Robert Jr., that jab is not going to be the same jab as Errol Spence's jab. Errol Spence's jab is going to be a punishing jab. And that's the things I worry about him. Now, talk about the key, the keys to victory for both guys. For Mikey, it's going to be tough for Mikey. Mikey has to go side to side. He's going to do what he did versus Lito, use his athletic ability and footwork and go side to side and don't go straight back. But Mikey has a tendency to let opponents push him to the ropes. If Errol push him to the ropes, then he could be in a bit of trouble. What he's going to try to do is tie up with Errol. And Errol got to know they got to work on not letting Mikey tie him up, but Mikey tying up and wrestling where Errol can, zap his energy and with Errol going to the body. You know what I'm saying? So Mikey got to stay off the ropes, keep the fight in the middle of the ring, control the real estate, control the pace. And that's really, what it is for Mikey. It's going to be the battle of the jabs, battle of real estate. It's going to be a battle of Mikey just going tit for tat, not making those mistakes. You know what I'm saying? But he got to keep that off the ropes in the middle of the ring, keep the fight in the middle of the ring. He got to find a way to take Errol jab away. If he keep the fight in the middle of the ring, find a way to keep Errol jab away, he got an excellent chance of winning this fight, I believe. And be defensive responsible. But he got to be offensive. He can't let Errol be getting off at will. For him, it's go side to side, box, and counter Errol Spence. Let Errol Spence, make sure you keep Errol Spence in front of you and counter his offense. Try to get your left hook in. I think his left hook is the best ability to make Errol worry. That's the best punch he got. And then again, it may not have enough power. It might be a power outage for him moving up to 147. And then again, will the extra weight slow Mikey down in championship rounds to go that far? Then again, will Mikey Garcia be fast enough? Will he be fast enough? So, for Errol, this is basically go in there and beat Errol, okay? It's going to basically go in there and beat Errol. Use your jab. Don't show him no respect early. Push him back with your right jab into the ropes. Go to the body early. Keep him on the ropes. Errol got a tendency of letting guys slide out the side of the door on the ropes. So Errol's going to have to really not square up on the ropes when he got his opponent on the ropes. Use the jab, double the jab, roll to the body. I think for Errol Spence as well, what's going to be very, very important for him is that he uses his jab and push Mikey to the ropes, but don't let Mikey slide out that side door. That's going to be imperative for him. Keep Mikey on the ropes. Don't let Mikey tie you up. Do like you did with Kell Brook. But what's so funny about the situation with Errol is that Errol is longer than Lipias, and Lipias' jab, his jab is better than Lipias too, gave Mikey a lot of problems and busted his nose open. It gave him a ton of problems, man, a ton of problems. So, like I said before, I think Errol jab's going to push Mikey to the ropes. Errol's going to go to the body early. I think Mikey going to be looking to counter Errol to the body. Mikey said going to be looking going to the body. It's a different game in there when you're in there with somebody hurting you. But Errol got to keep that perfect distance so Mikey can't hold him. But even if Mikey do hold him, I think Errol is still strong. But I know they worked on holding. I know they worked on spinning. I know they worked on, how to buy some time if you hurt. These are all things that Team Mikey Garcia worked on. But it's just no secret what Errol got to do. Errol just got to be Errol. Longer reach, taller fighter by 4 inches almost. It's just no secret what he got to do. And I believe that he will be victorious. Shall he do those things, man, and just, be Errol. It's no secret here. Mikey got to go side to side for overview, box, counter Errol, get off first sometimes. After you get into a groove, he understand, engage what Errol can do, counter Errol, and then, start getting off on his own. But, quite frankly, man, I think this fight is going to go like with Errol, coming out. He going to show Mikey a little bit of respect early, filling out period. Mikey going to try to fill him out. I think Errol's going to get his jab going. And I think Errol should get his jab going. Mikey going to try to get his jab, try to take away Errol's jab. So one of the ways you take away a jabber's jab, they counter their jab. Mikey loves to come over the top with a right hand off the jab. And he going to have to get Errol respect early. So to get Errol respect early, he can hit. But if he don't hit Errol with some good shots and it don't hurt Errol going to run through him. And I expect Errol to put him on the ropes, work his body out. I expect Errol to use his jab. Jab will put Mikey into corners, push Mikey into the jab, into the ropes, excuse me. And then he's gonna go to the body. But I'm really looking at the right hook. I know a lot of people talked about the right hook, but I'm really looking at the left hook. I'm looking at the left hook or the straight left down the pipe for Errol. Mikey drops that backhand. I think Errol comes right over the top with a right straight overhand right or right hook, and then hurts Mikey. But that's just what I seen, And Mikey just got a big uphill battle. It's going to be all about lateral movement for Mikey, counter for Mikey. It's going to be about fighting, taking this fight step by step for Mikey Garcia. It's going to be in it for fighting in quarters. You know what I'm saying? Fighting in quarters is what it's going to be for Mikey. First 4 rounds, this is our game plan. When this happens, next 4 rounds, this is our game plan. When that happens, third 4 rounds, this is our game plan. Last leg of the stretch, we make it that far, this is our game plan. He going to have to make more adjustments than Errol's going to have to make. Trust me. That's just what's going to happen. He got to make way more adjustments than Errol. But I expect Errol Spence to win the fight. I'm going to say Errol wins it in 6 rounds. I'm going to say it goes 6. I want to say 4. I do want to say 4 rounds. I'm gonna say it ends in 6. Technical knockout. I'm gonna say knockout. I don't think no towel's gonna be thrown. I think Mikey and his brother got too much pride in his dad. I think it's gonna be a 6-round fight. I really want to say 4. But I'm gonna give respect to Mikey and say 6 rounds. Errol Spence stops Mikey. And I just think Errol is just too much. You know what I'm saying? It would shock me if Mikey won this fight, but it really wouldn't shock me. And it wouldn't be out the realm of possibility. I don't consider him a Duran or Mosley. Maybe because of natural size. Duran was a bigger guy. Mosley was a hell of an athlete, but in the whole Balco thing. But I like Errol in this fight in 6. Stoppage. Clear knockout. And that's my opinion. I think it could be earlier, though. You know what? I'm going to say Errol in 4. I'm changing it. Errol Spence in 4 rounds, man. I'm going to change it from 4. No, I'm going to stick with 6. I'm going to stop being this. I'm going to stick with 6. I'm going to stick with my first mind. 6 rounds, Errol Spence, man. I give Mikey a 25% chance, 20% chance winning this fight. But it's Goodfellas Sports TV. Appreciate everybody checking us out. Appreciate everybody checking out the early release on the Patreon. If you haven't joined the Patreon, join it. Great content. Salute. Don't forget me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Reach out to the email if you got business, question, inquiry, sponsorship, or video requests, or you just want to chop it up, don't forget to check out the Help Blades, the 100% all natural products. Use the promo code GoodFella1Box and get you 18% off those 100% products. So check it out. If you want to make a donation, that link's always in the description on YouTube. Other than that, do me one better and share the videos. It's Goodfella Sports TV. One time for the one time we grinding. Let me know who you guys picking in the comment section. And we gone, man. But